Today we're going to go through my powders and declutter them. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you stick around and let's get going. Hey everybody and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Sheena and makeup is like therapy for me. Today I'm going through my powders and decluttering them because I'm preparing to move from a 3,000 square foot home into a 400 square foot motorhome. So I gotta get rid of some stuff. Today we're gonna go through powders. So let's get going. Okay, first up I have this powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is a loose translucent powder. The truth is I just don't really love this powder. I don't use it, I don't reach for it, and I'm going to declutter it. Next up is the No Filter Setting Powder in Translucent from ColourPop, and seems like I'm gonna hang on to this powder for now. Next is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I used this powder a ton, but it is just not the right color for me now, so I'm going to declutter it. Next is the Essence All About Matte, and I got this powder because somebody recommended it, and I have really oily skin, but I just don't care for it, so I'm going to declutter it. Next is the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I am actually going to keep this powder. Next is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I have used this powder a good bit, but it is actually a little too light for me now, so I'm going to declutter it, and I use translucent powders a lot. Next is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I got this, I think, at TJ Maxx, and I haven't used it, I haven't reached for it, so I'm going to declutter it. Okay, next is the Flower Setting Powder. This is actually new, I haven't opened it yet, and I'm going to keep it. Then we have the Fenty Pro Filter Powder in Lavender, and this is one of my go-to powders, so I'm going to be keeping it. Next is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance, and it's a little too light and it's basically all gone, so I'm just going to toss it. Next we have the CoverGirl Simply Ageless, and I kind of have mixed feelings on this powder, but I'm going to hang on to it for now. Okay, next is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Powder with Broadband SPF, and I actually have not used this powder, so I'm going to pass it on to someone else. Next is the Smashbox Fresh Setting Powder in the shade 1. And I have used this powder a good bit, but it's a little too light for me now, so I'm going to pass it on to someone else. And last is the Urban Decay All Nighter Translucent Loose Powder. And this is one of my go-to powders, so I will be keeping it. So let's see how many powders I decluttered and how many I kept. I kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I decluttered 8 and I kept 6. So that is pretty awesome. I decluttered more than half. Editing Sheena coming in here, and I realized I have 2 powders that I left out. So I have the Laura Mercier. This is the Secret Brightening Powder for under the eyes in shade 1. I use this all the time, so I'm going to keep it. And then this is the One Size Translucent Powder, and I just don't really like how it does with my skin, so I'm going to declutter it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell beside it so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.